Gospel Letter, Chapter 1. About the feature of this book, there is two categories. First, why do we need the gospel? And second, how can we live with God? The Bible continues to say these two things. We have to be saved, and how can we live with God? When you read any parts of the Bible continues to say about salvation and how to live with God. From lecture 1 to lecture 4, they say that people have to meet God. From lecture 5 to lecture 10, they say about how we live with God. Let us look at the lecture 1. The title is Why Are People Unhappy? Actually, people seem to be happy when we consider worldly. However, they are not happy absolutely. When we look at Genesis chapter 1 verse 2, the world is formless and empty, and it is mixed up. But we have misconception. It seems that the one who succeeds without knowing God is greater, but it is not. They feel nervous and empty. They look great, but when they are alone, they feel lonely. When we see Genesis chapter 1 verse 2, the world without being God is formless and empty. In the contrast, if people are with God, what happens? People become fruitful and increase in number. When we enjoy being with God, we can become fruitful and increase in number in the world. From now on, let us read Romans chapter 3, verse 23. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. People who have sinned fall short of the glory of God. They are not happy because they separate from God. Introduction. What is the reason why people who should be happy are unable to find happiness? Rather, they are living in suffering, afflicted by many problems such as family, health, financial, mental, and worries about the future. In a desperate pursuit of happiness, they try turning to drinking, gambling, dancing, or loose living only to fall deeper into despair. What is the reason for this? Number 1. It is because people are separated from God. Due to their disobedience, they become ignorant of God. John chapter 10, verse 10, the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they have life and have it to the full. Romans chapter 3, verse 23, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. As a result, they have fallen into a state of sin. Romans chapter 3, verse 10, as it is written, there is no one righteous, not even one. They have fallen into all kinds of suffering. They have mental suffering. They live worthless and unbalanced lives. They are afflicted with physical illnesses, the root cause, spiritual problem. People are spiritual beings. They have not only the physical body but also the spirit. Even though they make a lot of money for physical body, they feel empty and nervous. This is the spiritual problem. People don't know if they have their spirit. That's why they have serious problem in their life. So they find a solution. They turn to superstitions or religions. Number 2. Only the Bible tells us when this unhappiness began. It began during the time of mankind's first ancestors, Adam and Eve. The root cause, Adam and Eve disobeyed the word of God and ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The result, people fell into suffering and curses. All the suffering came because we are separate from God. People who do not believe in God have no choice but to feel nervous. Number 3. How long will this unhappiness last? It continues even now. It is continually increasing. It gets worse in spite of our endeavors to solve the problems. The world is developed. People make a lot of money. However, this problem cannot be solved. The more try to solve it, the more it is difficult to do it. Why? Because people don't know the root cause. Then, number 4, why doesn't this unhappiness go away? There is a being who brings us unhappiness. His name appears in the Bible: Satan, the devil, demon. When did it appear? An angel became corrupt and fell from heaven. He was thrown out from heaven and hurled into the air. He roams about the earth to ruin and destroy people. Eventually, he will be sent to hell. What happens if you remain ignorant of God? Spiritual problems will come. You suffer without knowing the true reasons. You do not have happiness. There is no peace in your heart. You have physical sufferings. You have mental sufferings. You are destined to end up in hell. Number 6. The peace you get in this world from others is only temporary. It is worldly. It is carnal. It is only for pleasure. It causes greater unhappiness. That's why Jesus came to the earth to solve this problem.